March the 4th, 2017. Guys, we've seen the attacks on the White House by mainstream media with the exclusion of Fox News. Breitbart, Drudge, and many of us on YouTube, we have not. But what and you've seen it, is they're attacking Jeff Sessions, the senator from Alabama that is now the top attorney in our nation, Attorney General. Really glad to see that. But they said that he had a meeting with a Russian diplomat last year. And what they failed to really talk about is he was part of the Arms Committee that was supposed to do that. What they don't say is that yesterday it came out after lying. Nancy Pelosi met with the same guy, said she never had. Now there's pictures of her out with him at a meeting. Also, Chuck Schumer met with him, and he was called again 20 times to the Obama White House. But anyway, he's recused himself in case anything ever comes up, but nothing will because he was doing his job as part of this Senate Arms Committee. But what's happened now? And again, look at CNN just for an example this morning. Are they mentioning Pelosi and Schumer getting caught in a lie about meeting with this guy? And what was there? No, they're not talking about that. You'll have to go to Fox or Breitbart or somewhere like that, or here, or Drudge. But now what's happened? Obama has been busted, guys. This is killer news because many of us are aware of this deep state remaining in the tentacles of Washington trying to destroy Trump. Why? Because they were trying to destroy the nation. If you kept up with this, half the airplanes in our Air Force are not working. Why? Because they were defunded. Why? Why did Obama defund our military from bottom to top, guys, and supply money to the United Nations Army? Think about it. So what we've got really, and I think that the Trump administration is walking very slowly into this particular direction, is that a lot of illegal stuff went on in the last 8 years, and there was a lot of betrayal of our country, which means you're a traitor. Not just from Obama, but from several people in that administration and the administration before. But guys, I have a feeling now that Obama has been busted wiretapping Trump Tower last October during the election, that we're going to see some trials start coming up. Just mark my word on this. I think they're getting sick of what's going on again, deep state. And you know Obama has built a mansion or bought a mansion and built a wall around it there in D.C., not far from the White House. And over the weekend, 2 days ago, it was announced that Valerie Jarrett, one of his top aides in the White House, is moving into his complex with him. And that he has sat there and drawn up plans, books, videos, and has about 30,000 people that have joined him to do everything they can to stop Trump. Well, what they're actually doing is trying to continue the destruction of this nation. Let everyone in on the border, send all the jobs overseas, destroy the military. Why? Obvious. And it's about time that the people in Washington start calling it for what it is. But again, what had happened last July, Obama went to the courts to get a legal wiretap. It was a FISA court, but they didn't grant it then. But he reworded it and went back in October, a month before the election, took it back to court, and they approved this wiretap in Trump Tower. And I think the way he got it through, which any judge should have never allowed this to happen, but many judges that we have seen are also in this destruction of the nation program. But I think the way they got it through, if you look at some of the information, is that the difference in the wording was they made it less confidential. In other words, it's not so private, and the fact that it's not as confidential, not as top secret, that way the press was allowed to take the leaks and run with them. And listen, guys, these press people don't realize they're messing with fire when they start leaking this information that's supposed to be top secret. That's destruction of this nation. And it needs to be brought out in the open They need to talk about it. These people need to be tried everywhere, from the politicians that are mainly on the Democratic side, some in the Republican. They need to be brought forward. They need to be charged and arraigned and tried on betrayal of this nation. Think about what they're doing and what they're continuing to do. This new world order, or let's change that name to the old world order. How about that? Old, worn out world order. Because that's what they are. Europe is in trouble. They're trying to take Le Pen down before she brings some Trump to France, guys. They're attacking her every way they can there, just like they are Trump here. But we have a different setup. Trump is already in power. Le Pen is not. But guys, you remember what happened to Nixon at Watergate over this wiretapping? And last Wednesday, the New York Times reported that the Obama team classified the investigation at the lowest possible level. That's what I was talking about, allowing the data gathered from the investigation to be shared and leaked widely within the administration. The New York Times also reported that intelligence reports based on some of the wiretap communications have been provided to the Obama White House, even though there was no conclusive evidence of wrongdoing between Russian officials and associates of Trump. They were trying to find something, but they were cheating, because inside this Trump Tower, there was a lot of political plans being made by the Republican Party. Remember the leaks and everything? Wiretaps. Now they're leaking within the White House. We've got problems there. They've brought a few skunks out and thrown them out the door. But if Obama would wiretap Trump Tower, we know the White House is wiretapped. Think about it. I hope the president is listening. They're only telling us very little, guys, out of the White House for a reason. You don't tell the enemy all your plans. So I'm sure they are aware of what's going on. Again, I think Trump is moving slowly. He's trying to put out one fire at a time that Obama left. And once things are kind of in control, just mark my words on this, and he has his cabinet fully in place, a few fires put out, the wall started, you're going to start seeing some trials come forward. And you're going to see justice. Jeff Sessions is going to get tired of it. Obama's getting tired of it very quickly. And I think that compound needs to be raided, the Obama compound. Well, that's what we need to start calling it, the compound. And every one of them taking out lie detector on what the test done on every one of them. And to find out the information, are they trying to destroy this nation? Destruction of the nation. And that's what they're doing, because the old worn out war order is calling for this. George Soros has already hired lawyers for Obama to fight Trump on every move that they make. But Trump has tweeted out, he said, I bet a good lawyer can make a great case out of the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones in October just prior to the election. And Trump has come out on Twitter on this thing in the last few hours. He said that he's got legal options against the former president. I've been waiting for this. I knew they were going to get kind of tired of it, guys. But again, when these fires start calming down that are on the forefront, you're going to see some changes. And the Democrats better be aware of what I'm saying. A lot of the stuff they've been doing is strictly lies, illegal, starting riots, violent protests, destruction of property within cities. Think about it. This is not going to go over good. And you wait till Jeff Sessions gets his feet firmly implanted with all of his people that he trusts around him. You're going to see a lot of things happening, guys, and it's about time. And it's not just the politicians that need to be aware of what's going on, and they need to be very careful how they're walking, too, because Rachel Maddow came out on NBC 2 days ago and holding up a document that said classified. It was coordinated with the Customs and Border Protection, State Department, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE, National Counterterrorism, Counterterrorism Center and the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. She just picks a paper up, oh, this leaked out to us, and starts reading about it, how it's really hard to vet everyone coming into the country, which it is. And that's why they're trying to slow down the incoming. But when you start producing documents that are supposed to be classified on national TV, isn't that what Julian Assange at WikiLeaks is being accused of and having to be hid in a foreign embassy? There's going to be a lot happening, guys. But again, Obama has been nailed, and this is not going to go down good for him and the Obama compound or the old worn-out world order. It's a heads up. Be safe.